Alright guys, welcome back. Your eyes do not deceive you, man. You are reading the title of this video correctly. I have come in recent days to the executive decision, the realization that Sledgehammer Games is without a doubt my favorite Call of Duty developer right now. Everyone is mad at Treyarch, man, right now. It's like the whole community is just in this uproar. Every single video I watch, it's about how Treyarch is not listening to the fan base. Treyarch is too slow with updates. Treyarch doesn't communicate well on Twitter anymore. I never see them tweet anything of substance. They used to tweet a lot back when the game first came out, but I just feel like that's all over with now, man. It's like they put in the effort right at first when the game first comes out, and then after a couple of months, they just leave you hanging, and before we know it, we just have no idea what's going on, and we feel like we're being left for dead. I feel as though I can sit here and go on and list all the things that Sledgehammer did better than Treyarch at this point in the game's life cycle, but I feel like you guys have already seen that in other videos, so what's the point in repeating all that information? The reason that I like SHG better than Treyarch is one simple reason, man, and it's not even because of any of that stuff. It's not even necessarily because of content. I just think Sledgehammer has proved themselves to be the better developer when it comes to giving the community what it wants, listening to the player base, making meaningful changes, putting the ego aside and actually giving players what they want to play in the game so that people will be satisfied and therefore we can all have a better all-around experience. You guys might rip on Advanced Warfare, and that's fine. If it's not your type of game, that's whatever. I think if you watch my channel, you guys would know by now that I am a pretty big Advanced Warfare fanboy. It's definitely one of my favorite Call of Duty games. I think it was the most unique game in the series, but whether or not you like the game is actually just a matter of opinion. There is some fact to what I'm about to say, and that is that when Call of Duty was getting stale back in 2012, 2013, everybody said Call of Duty's the same year, packaged over and over again. Nothing really changes. There's no major innovations to the game. Guess what? Sledgehammer Games came along and made Advanced Warfare. And whether you liked the game or not is besides the point. The game was a radical departure from what we were used to in Call of Duty. And that's what players wanted, man. And Sledgehammer answered the call. We gave the order, and they fulfilled it. That's what I call a developer that actually listens to what players are saying and listens to what players want. A new movement system, customizable kill streaks, supply drops. Now I know supply drops don't necessarily have the greatest reputation in the world, but it gave you a reason to grind the game, man. If you wanted those weapons, whether or not the system was fair, if you wanted those weapons, you were gonna play that game. And play the game I did, because I gotta tell you, man, when I opened that supply drop at Prestige 14, when I was so mad about not getting the weapons I wanted, I thought I was pretty much gonna finish the game and nothing was gonna come of it. And then bang, out of nowhere, I get the ASM-1 Speakeasy. It was amazing. I was so excited to finally get that gun after all that grinding. I practically shit my fucking pants. It would have been the real life equivalent of a supply drop opening video. You know when guys open up supply drops on stream and they just act like they're so happy, but you could tell it's fake? I did that for real when I got the Speakeasy, man. Incredible times in Call of Duty. Fast forward to Call of Duty World War II, one of the most criminally underrated games in Call of Duty history. And again, what happened? It's the same old story. The community was sick of the same thing over and over again. 3 years of advanced movement CODs, 3 years of futuristic jetpacks, 3 years of things that no one wanted. And what did everybody want by the time Infinite Warfare was over? Everybody wanted to go back to a World War II game or some kind of historical game, something that took place in the past, something that was realistic, and bam, Call of Duty World War II is out. Again, we gave the call and they answered it, man. And how could you be mad at them for doing so? Now, I'm not saying World War II didn't come without its problems. It definitely did, and Sledgehammer took a little while to get the game up and running to where it fully should have been at launch, I agree. But once Dumb and Dumber finally left that studio and finally let somebody take over that was willing to make the changes that people wanted, it was an incredible and refreshing change. It really was. Of course, I've got to mention this part because I feel very strongly about it, but I think that War Mode was one of the best things that ever happened to Call of Duty. One of the most unique game modes. I don't think we'll ever see anything quite as good as War Mode again. Amazing for XP, amazing for kills, amazing for feeds, and it didn't affect your KD. I mean, what else do you want? But besides a really good and unique and totally underrated mode, World War II gave something that Black Ops 4 is just failing to give right now, and that is a reason to grind the game. I have nothing, and I mean nothing. I honestly have nothing to look forward to in Black Ops 4 besides getting Dark Matter. And that's only because I happen to be a camo guy. I've done the highest camo in every COD since it was available in Black Ops 3, and if I wasn't a camo guy, man, I don't know if I would even be playing Black Ops 4 right now at all. I don't think the community is happy with the supply stream at all. I think a lot of the people think that the items in it are really lame and nobody really cares. There's a lot of filler items like cat stickers and ice cream cone stickers, gestures that nobody will ever use. Like, man, I've never seen in my entire life, I've never seen somebody use a gesture in a game of Call of Duty multiplayer. Come to think of it, I don't even know if I've seen anybody use a gesture in Blackout, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. If you guys have, let me know down in the comments below. But I just can't help but feel that there's nothing to grind for, there's nothing to look forward to in Black Ops 4. Meanwhile, you look back at World War II, all the limited time modes, all of the contracts, the special orders, the daily challenges, weekly challenges, all the events they had, man. They had so many events in that game. They had camos, they had good outfits in the game. They were outfits that you actually wanted to get. Can't say the same for Treyarch, man. They are moving at an absolute snail's pace. It seems like they just don't care about the game anymore. All they want to do is work on Blackout, and the things that they're even doing in Blackout aren't even making that meaningful of changes. It's not like they're changing the map around. It's not like they're doing any events or cool modes. It's just like weapon balancing and concussion balancing and stuff. Like, who really cares, man? Honestly, that doesn't change the game. It just doesn't. It doesn't keep the game fresh. It doesn't keep the game interesting. Treyarch used to be the GOAT. They used to be the fan favorite developer, but they have let pretty much everybody down this year, and I am definitely one of those people. I don't put Treyarch on top anymore, man. If I had to order the studios right now, or at least for everybody's last 2 games, so for Treyarch, that would be Black Ops 3 and 4. For Infinity Ward, it would be Ghosts and IW, and for Sledgehammer, it would be AW and World War II. My ranking system based on that information would go number 1, Sledgehammer, number 2, Infinity Ward, and number 3, Treyarch. They are on the bottom for me. They are at the bottom of the totem pole, and quite frankly, they put themselves there, if you ask me. I think Infinity Ward did a similar job that Sledgehammer did on World War II. It was a much better job than Treyarch is doing right now, and that's why, man, I cannot be a Treyarch fanboy anymore. I just can't. It doesn't feel right. It's not right. It's just not right. If there's any Treyarch fanboys watching this, if you still think that Treyarch is the best developer, I'm honestly curious to know why. And that's not even a snarky or sarcastic comment or anything. I honestly want to see why anybody would defend Treyarch at this point. Order the studios down in the comments below, guys. 1, 2, and 3. I want to hear it. I'm mad. I'm disappointed in Treyarch. I'm disappointed at the pace that they're keeping things up in Black Ops 4. And I think Sledgehammer Games just simply blew them out of the park with what they did last year. That is it for the video, dudes. Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts. And as always, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter, link is down below, and I'll see you dudes in the next video. Love you, bye.